Hey, it's going to YouTube, so you know it's best here. Now, this is my video giving you some reasons on why you should actually buy the brand new Apple iPad. I just made a video on give you some reasons why you shouldn't, based upon some things that may fit you into a certain category. But this is a video saying that why I'm going to be buying one, but why also you may buy one if this actually fits your needs. Now, the first point I made in my video on why you shouldn't buy this is because if you already own an iPod Touch or an iPhone and a laptop, it's not really a necessary thing you need to buy because you can already do those main things you can do with this iPad with those two different devices. But vice versa on that, if you just really want one device that for a majority of your needs, not really basic computer needs, well, advanced computer needs, but for a majority of needs, the iPad will be able to take care of those things. Because a lot of people are comparing this iPad as a big iPhone. Well, the last time I checked, the iPhone is the #1 selling phone, so I don't think that's not a bad comparison to be made upon. So comparing that device to a big iPhone, I look at it as a compliment because the applications on the iPhone's App Store is just amazing, and I think the App Store has the best developers out there right now. And so to be able to move those applications over to a bigger screen, a little bit more processing power with the iPad, plus the ability to do some internet connectivity, even though you can't really download desktop applications for it. But those things are really going to blur the lines for this device and really just make it a joy to use. So a joy to use, sound like something Steve Jobs would say. But I really think that this device will be a one-stop shop for people out there who really just, not only as a mobile device, but also as a device that they can actually use at home. So I'm not going to reason by reason. I'm just going to be blurring things here. I'm just going on and on now. But anyway, a device that they can actually use in the living room. Because if you watch the presentation itself, you saw Steve Jobs actually had a couch and a table on stage. That's kind of weird. And he's never done that before. And I don't think he actually said it directly, but you can tell that he's kind of giving a hint that this device is going to be more of a public or family device. So me personally, what I do is I use my MacBook Pro. I always keep it in my living room because, even though I'm not here in my office, I always want to be able to jump on the internet, jump on YouTube, jump on Facebook, something like that. Even though I got my iPhone, but I want to have a bigger screen to do it on. I'm not doing anything heavy duty with that laptop at all. I'm just using it for those basic internet computing. So this iPad will be able to replace that MacBook Pro, which is definitely a lot bigger than the iPad. Move the MacBook Pro out of there and have a little flat device that I can lay on my coffee table, my living room table, and it'll just be completely not in the way. And pick it up using the touchscreen and be able to go right away. Plus, if you have any friends or family over, or anybody else over, it's kind of like that public device people are able to pick up. It doesn't have all of your personal information on there, and actually be able to do some internet surfing and do whatever like that. So I kind of think that's why he was getting, why he actually had everybody, while he was sitting on the couch on this presentation. But another reason is that this device, again, is one of those things that I think in the future, in about 6 months, is going to be really, really, really on the top of its game. And it's not far as hardware, but as far as software, because we are going to need to give the developers a little bit of time to get some applications developed just for the iPad up and running and get them tested out and get them out the door. Because if you saw the kind of the same pace that the iPhone went, especially with the development of the App Store, it just took a little while. Took a little while for the application to catch up to the device. And once these developers, again, who are world class, get on board with this, we're going to see some good things about it. One of the things that I am very interested in, just like I gave the living room concept before, I can see this thing as like a universal remote control, like you see from Logitech, all the different other companies like that. We can control your whole home theater system, all your TVs, your VCRs, and all that. And this can be easily achievable with this iPad, which you may pay a lot of money for a standalone remote to do that. Just with some software, maybe an extra third-party device to plug in somewhere, but can be done very cheaply and do things like that. And this is one of the things I see that this iPad can actually go to produce its productivity and to make it a little bit devices, maybe a little bit more warranted. Now, also the price of this thing is absolutely great. Now, if you watch my video going over the whole Apple presentation itself, you saw that I was feeling the device, but until they actually announced the price and the data connection fees and all that, I was kind of on the edge there. But once they announced that, it really sealed the deal for me. So with not only the price starting at $499, even though that doesn't have 3G connectivity, that's 16 gigs right then and there, and that's going to be more than enough for everybody, especially really just using it for iPhone applications that are currently right now. That's going to be enough for everybody, for a lot of people. Not everybody, but for a lot of people. But even if you want 3G connectivity or more memory, it's still not a bad price at all. And you compare it to the Kindle DX, which Chris Brullo did in this video. He did a great video talking about the iPad. The Kindle DX, I think on the Amazon store, is like $450 right now. And you look at that as far as what you get, and then you compare that for $50 more to what you get with the iPad. I don't think it's a comparison at all, especially if you sit the two on the table. There's no comparison at all. So I really think that the pricing for this thing is great, and also the data plan. $14.99 for 250, and then $29.99 for unlimited data. When the current rates for people right now with data plans with these little air cards and stuff like that, and netbooks connectivity, is mandatory $60 a month, mandatory 2-year contract. So this is really a deal breaker. I don't know how they did it with at&t, but it is a really a deal, not deal breaker, but a really extraordinary deal that they actually were able to pull off with that data plan. So all these things are kind of the reasons why I'm going to be getting it, and definitely look forward to the review of it. I'll definitely try to give a very in-depth review of it, but I think it's going to be a good, solid device. This is a brand new market that Apple has made, and I kind of trust Apple to know what they're doing, and think that you look forward in the future, again, to give this thing about 6 months after it gets released, and after the software catches up to it. I think it's really going to be a great device. So this has been Solely Knows Best here. Leave a reason on why you think you're going to be getting the iPad, or why you should get the iPad. If you haven't watched my video talking about why you shouldn't get the iPad, go and click this video right here, and it'll take you straight to that video. But other than that, this has been Solely Knows Best here. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you later. Peace.